All right. It looks like we are good to go and broadcasting live. I'm talking now, but I don't think people have jumped on yet. We just pressed the broadcast button, and I'm going to have to fix the... make sure that we can stream to Instagram. So let's do that right now. And, let's see. Welcome all, welcome everyone. Is it... Where's the chat? There it is. Hello, Ala Haddad from Twitter, Kinza Taibi from Facebook, Makram Al-Ash'ar on YouTube. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I am just setting... it's such a shame that we don't have built-in capabilities that Instagram doesn't allow you to stream like every other platform. So I have to do this right now, like once I press the stream button. Sending data to Instagram and online. So we should be live on Instagram as well. And you guys can see your comments on the screen. So we are good to go. It's looking pretty good. The only comments that we won't see are from people on Instagram. So I actually have my Instagram page opened here on my iPad. And I'm going to try to monitor the comments from here, but I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do that. What's up, Sarah, Ali, Keanu Reeves, John Wick is here, my friends, on YouTube. This is fantastic. Muhammad Lee, closely related to Bruce Lee, who I've said on many occasions is Lebanese, and now he's here to prove it. Thank you for joining us. Nado Asaf, how's it going? Nick Dandashi, good morning, mate. Nick, I believe you're in Australia, which means it's like 5 a.m. right now. I'm sorry about that. We're going to try to fix that for Australia to make sure. Fashionably late. I'm not fashionably late. We're right on the dot. It's 11:02 a.m. I started at 11. It just takes a bit of time for the stream to go live, I think, to all the different platforms. But I'm very excited to be with all of you guys. This is the first time we do the Very Funny Podcast Quarantined with NEMR edition. So I got a fun time for all of you today. And it looks like everybody's streaming in. We're at 99 viewers right now. So I'm just wasting a bit of time so everybody can get on before we kick things off. But what you guys can... sweet Lord Jesus... Okay, so for those of you who just had the shock of your lives, that was our follow alert notification on on Twitch. So let me disable that. I forgot about it. So on Twitch, I love Twitch. Twitch is my favorite platform. Whenever somebody follows or subscribes, we get a cool notification that I made. And that's our notification with the sound effect. Let me disable that for now, just quickly. I'll work on that later to basically make it not so loud. Hello, Kuwait, Haytham, El Hajj. Look at this, man. 168 flooding in. I hope you guys are seated and looking forward to a fun evening or morning, depending on where you are. Obviously, it's morning here in Los Angeles for me. We got a great show for you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and just disable the widget for the follows. Oh my God, that is too funny. When I tested that, there was the let me unlock that Twitch, and goodbye Twitch. You will be missed. Let me tell you. When I tested that, there wasn't any audio. So it's interesting. Oh, is it? It's probably linked to the sound effects. That's why. Oh, I could probably just mute that. Let's do that. Actually, I'm going to leave Twitch right now and just mute it since I can do that. Look at NEMR coming up with the solutions right there. So welcome everybody to the first episode of the Very Funny Podcast. Now, you've probably seen we did a couple of streams that were test streams before this. This is the real deal today. This is the Very Funny Podcast Quarantined with NEMR edition. We're going to do it today and we're going to do it tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday at this time. And in the meantime, we're going to figure out with all of you how that works. If you like this time, if you want a different time. So be sure to drop in the comments. I see people saying it's 2 p.m. in Dearborn, Lana, Rifai, PJ's Coffee, and Favorite Couch. That's what I'm talking about. I want us to reconnect, and that's what we're talking about on this episode. 300 viewers. Thank you, all of you, for joining us on all the platforms. Hello from Paris. Lagos. We got people all over the world. Good evening to Dubai. By the way, there is a WhatsApp number that you can call. It's right there. Add me on WhatsApp now. Go ahead. I have the phone right here, and it's connected to the system. We're going to be taking live callers later on today, and I reply to everybody myself. That's the WhatsApp window right there, and already people are going in and starting to comment. It's already gotten huge, and I'm so excited to have you all here on WhatsApp. I spend a couple of hours now every day just replying to everybody myself. So go ahead and add me on WhatsApp now. Later on in the show today, we're going to open it up to take live callers, and that's going to be you guys. So you just call in, and we put you on the show, and we have a conversation. Now, today, I think we should get the show started. I'm going to try to, I hope you guys enjoy the format of the show the way I have it planned out. At the end of the day, this show is made for you guys. So what that means is we got to make it beautiful and sensual, you understand? We got to make sure that you guys are feeling the vibe, that you're feeling loved, that you're feeling good. So what that means is you guys got to make sure that you leave your sentiments in the comment, and most importantly, because I can't see all the comments all the time, you got to send me on WhatsApp. So if you send me on WhatsApp and you say, NEMR, I watched the show, this is my feedback, I would really appreciate it. I'm doing this to make sure it's for you. Everybody knows, who knows me, knows I'm a stand-up comedian. This is a different stage, right? So this is a kind of a stage we're kind of making together, and I want to do this often. If we can do it daily, I'll do it daily. I mean, I'm at home right now, and so are all of you. So be sure to leave your feedback. Right now, we are broadcasting live to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. As you can see from the comments, Lana Rifai, my best to your father. And what's interesting to know is that Instagram comments are the only ones we can't get. Some people are already calling me, by the way, on the WhatsApp number. We're not taking calls right now. So I'm not going to answer that right now. Make sure you call when we open up the callers. That's going to be a bit later. And you'll know we've opened up the callers when we get rid of this and replace it with taking WhatsApp calls live. So at the moment, we are now just add me on WhatsApp. Okay? I don't know how the broadcast is doing on Instagram. I can't see my own live for some reason. So if any of you have Instagram open, I guess leave comments for me, although you can't really. So we're at 367 viewers, and I think it's time to get the show started. I would like to say that for those on Instagram who might not be enjoying the stream or might not be able to comment, I hope the stream is coming through good. I hope there are no issues. I can't really tell if there are or aren't. I can't view it, unfortunately, which is bizarre myself. I should set up another phone, and I'll do that for next time to view it. But if you're watching me on Instagram, please, if you want to partake in any conversation, please go ahead and join any other platform, whether it's Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and that's it. I was going to say or Instagram, but I'm telling you to leave Instagram if you can. All right, so let's get the show started. The connection on Instagram is really bad. I'm getting that from Iman Khalil. Yeah, that's what I thought, honestly. That happened last time. Although some other people are saying it's good. Yeah, okay, great. Instagram has bad connection. YouTube is great. I agree. Every platform is great. The thing about Instagram that I want you guys to know, let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to do something called screen sharing just so you guys understand what's going on here. Let me just click that on. Where was it? I don't plan to do that too often, honestly. So I think that's the button. Yeah. So you're seeing my screen right now. This is the platform that I use to stream to all the different channels. Okay. And you can see we have 303 people from Facebook. We got 18 people on Twitch, and we got 107 people tuned into YouTube. So hello to everybody here. That's 448 in total. I can see the total viewer count right here. That's not going to show on the camera. It says it right there. I actually sent a feature request that we can add that into the stream. So hopefully that'll happen soon. On Instagram, as you can see, it's not officially supported. Okay, and how can I hide this right here? I want to try to hide. I can't hide this right now. But on Instagram, let me do that. Oh, that's cool. It's not officially supported. So you see Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope officially supported. Instagram, it's not. So I use this program on Instagram called Yellow Duck that gives you like every time you want to do a stream, it'll give you a RTMP and a stream. It's kind of like hacking. Instagram. So that's why Instagram kind of sucks. It's not really that good, is basically what I'm saying. That's the whole point of what I was just trying to do right now, is to demonstrate just how bad Instagram was. So let's go back to not sharing the thing and let us start the show. But first, let me figure out how to current application. Let's remove that and go back to our camera. There we go. So the way these are going to work, these shows, is I'm going to start out with a certain topic and I'm going to talk about it for a bit. That's kind of like your classic podcast format. Then on most times, I'm going to be bringing in guests. And I have a very special guest today who's just a friend of mine. And I think you'll understand why I chose this as a guest today. Our guests will vary from celebrities that you all know to people that you don't know, but I measure them by the worth of what they have to offer. We shouldn't measure people's worth by their infamy, their celebrity, how well they're known, or we should measure people by what they have to offer, their perspective. So I have a lot of great guests coming your way, from super famous guests to nobody you've ever seen before. However, all of them have a great perspective in common. Today's going to be a very fun guest, and I'll lead up to it. Here's what I wanted to talk about today. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the coronavirus. There's no way you can avoid talking about the coronavirus. But what I think a lot of people don't talk about, and I think that if I was going to sit here and talk about how serious we have to take this, or how dangerous it's getting, or how it's affecting all of us, I don't think I'd add anything to the conversation. And if you need somebody to tell you how dangerous this is and how important it is to social distance and all that, then you have a big problem and you need to get real and come out of the rock you're hiding under. I know that's not the case with anybody here, so I'm just going to not talk about that. There's something about the coronavirus, an aspect that we do need to talk about. And I believe that that aspect is coming back together. I think what this has taught us is about the importance of human connection, right? And think about it this way. Right now, a lot of us are fortunate enough to be sitting in front of our computers, complaining. I love, you see all these posts online like day 12, day 20 of the quarantine, day 23, and I'm losing my mind. But we're very lucky. I can sit and connect with people. My girlfriend is in Lebanon. We were already in a long distance relationship. I'm in Los Angeles, and now it's like forcefully long distance. But we have the ability to talk on the phone for free on WhatsApp. We have the ability to do video calls. My neighbor, right next to my house, there's a mini market, and it's run by an amazing guy called Mr. Huang. And he's Korean, and he's an older gentleman. And I was talking to him once, just chatting, and we talked about long distance relationships. And, he asked me about my girlfriend, and he said, how is it? And I said, it's all great, with the long distance. I said, have you ever done a long distance relationship? He's like, oh, yes. And I was like, what was it like? He's like, 8 years. I was like, what do you mean 8 years? And Mr. Huang served in the Marines in South Korea and was out at sea. This is like 50 years ago or something, or 40 years. God knows. I'm just throwing a number. But he's an older man. And he went out to sea for 8 years and would write letters to his wife to be. Thanks for the follow, 2002 on us. And they would write letter for 8 years. He was in the ocean. She was on land. And all they had were these letters to go by. And then when he finished his service and had saved his money, they got married, and then they came to America and started their life. So if I were to complain, compare, and he's like so happy about it. If we were to complain, it doesn't make sense. We have a lot to help us through this time. I mean, look, we're doing an entertaining thing right now. 506 viewers, by the way. Thank you so much. What I think is the flip side of this is how connected we are can make people who are disconnected feel even worse. And I want to talk about that today. Think about the people that when you went to school or when you went to university that you avoided, the uncool people in high school and stuff like that. Have you called them? Because this is the time to call them. It'll mean a lot to them. And this is an opportunity for all of us to grow. There's a difference between liking people because they have something to offer or liking people because they put you in a certain social group, and then actually liking people because of who they are and what they have to offer directly to you. When I was in school, I wasn't a cool kid, but I was huge. I'm a big dude. And my mom, when she first came to my school in Lebanon, ran into the principal's office and started screaming at him because she thought they had held me back 2 or 3 classes because I was so much bigger than all the kids there. And he was like, no, that's just the kids. So the thing was, I always grew up as a geek. I'm a gamer. I still am. I love anime and Japanese stuff. And I'm what people define today as geek culture is what I grew up. Comic books, the whole thing. So when I went to school, I naturally connected with the uncool kids. The thing about the uncool kids is they're the majority. The cool kids are always just like a few people that are just cool. And the uncool kids happen to be the majority. And they were the only people I was interested in. We ended up becoming the cool kids because sometimes the difference between being a cool kid and an uncool kid is muscle. Bullies happen to be usually associated with the cool kids. You couldn't bully me. And I remember on the second or third day of school, there was a kid. His name was Eddie Dahdah. I'll never forget his name. This was when I was in Lebanon. And he shoved this kid over, and I slapped him open palm so hard across the face that it marked. I was 10 and a half or 11. And for this kid, I didn't know. But just the injustice didn't sit well with me. And the funny thing was, me and Eddie Dahdah, we became really good friends after that. It's funny, but it's like in a male world, testosterone plays a really weird role where, like, if a guy beats your ass to like somehow stave off the humiliation of it, thanks House Hurts for the follow, you end up becoming friends. It's very weird, but if you dominate, like if you become the alpha male, you become a friend. What's weird is if you become the alpha male, your behavior reflects on others. And so Eddie Dahdah became a part of the group of the uncool kids. The people he was pushing became his friends. And my school, everybody was really like cool. Everybody was just together, and we had this huge acceptance. And my friends that people would never talk to are still my best friends today. And they're the coolest people in the world. I was the guy nobody would ever talk to. When I started doing stand-up comedy, I used to stand in front of a crowd of hundreds of people, thousands of people, and crush it. But if I wanted to talk to a girl, I had no idea how to do it. Like none whatsoever, right? I would miss all the hints. I still, to this day, I cringe internally. At this one time, there was a girl that everybody, and when I was at the AUB, at the American University of Beirut, I'm a university, okay? And I haven't dated, never had a girlfriend, never kissed a girl, the whole works, okay? And this one girl that everybody loved, like everybody, she was hot as hell, right? She was fine, okay? I was so convinced that I wasn't a good looking dude. I'd go on, you watch a movie like Legends of the Fall with Brad Pitt topless on a freaking horse. You're like, that's what a good looking guy looks like. And then there's people like us. That was in my mind, that was it. And, you'd watch porn because you're growing up. That's what you do. Thanks, Andrea, for the subscription. And you see these chiseled dudes with all these physical abilities, and you're like, I got 5 seconds in me to 20 seconds if I'm ever in a situation where somebody sleeps with me. So you have no premonition. So I wasn't trying to impress any girl because I had no a thing in my mind like this girl would give me a chance, right? No inkling whatsoever. So I was super cool with the ladies just because I didn't realize that if you don't try to make an impression, you end up coming out cool. So this one girl, she had a project and she was trying to do it on a certain subject. I happened to have a cassette tape, a videotape of a documentary on that subject. I was like, hey, I have a videotape. If you'd like it, I'd give it to you. She's like, yeah, I'd love that. I give her the tape. This is the girl everybody in university wanted. She comes up a few days later. Her friends are behind her in a group. She hands me the tape. She goes, this was really useful. Thanks so much. I was like, hey, no problem. And she goes, I really want to repay you, and I don't know how. I was thinking maybe I'd take you out to lunch. And I say, you don't have... Oh, this hurts so much. I'm like, oh, you don't have to do that. It's fine. And I walk away. And she stops being cool to me, like nice to me. And in my mind, I'm like, just another typical girl, because I'm not cool. She got what she wanted from me, and she doesn't need me anymore. So I tell my friend, his name is Ghassan Abdesater, very good friend of mine. And I'm like, dude, this girl, blah, 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 this happened. And he's looking at me. He just kept staring at me. I'm like, what? He's like, nothing. When he broke it down to me, it hurt me on a cellular level. I am now 36 years old. I think I was like 18 at the time, or 17 and a half. And it still hurts inside. So my point is, I was the uncool kid. And I think right now, we got 544 people tuned in right now. I do stand up. There's a lot to me that I think is very interesting to people. And the thing is, the only reason you know that is because I have a very small amount of fame. There's a lot of people out there that if you give them a chance, end up being the coolest people you'll ever know. Even the weird people, man. Who cares about being right all the time or being cool all the time? The cool thing is being weird, man, and having these crazy things. Do you get what I'm saying? Like just weird habits. That's where the comedy lies, man. That's where the entertainment value is. So I think I've made my case for what's important today. What's important today in this virus is for all of us to become more human. In the face of a virus, this is the closest we've gotten to a science fiction narrative. This is a foreign alien body that has entered Earth, and it's caused the human race to unite. This is the subplot of every science fiction movie. Arrival, one of my favorite science fiction films of all time, is about the coming together of humanity in the face of an unknown entity, right? And this is exactly what we're doing right now. You need to think to yourself, who are the people in your life that you've pushed out because, they're awkward, they're not cool, and you need to reach out to them right now because they could be very, very lonely. And if they're very, very lonely right now, it's amplified by the fact that we can be connected like this and they're sitting at home alone, maybe watching this stream. And to all of those people, add me on WhatsApp and I'm your friend. Every single person that buys tickets to my shows, that has supported me, everybody in the comments section sending hearts and doing everything right now. I don't think you understand how I feel about you. I really don't think. I know a lot of people come out and they put these gay ass memes, not memes, like posts where it's like, I just want you to know today that I'm sending you positive energy and that you're loved. I don't do that. I feel it because everything I have, the camera that I'm filming this on, the shirt on my back, the headphones on my head, all of this gear, that's what I own. But what I'm able to do with those things and also to buy them is because of you. To me, I am in the service of everybody because I couldn't live my life without you. And I feel like you're my parents, not like you're my followers or supporters, because you provide everything for me. And whenever I stray away from the path, you guys send me messages and you tell me. I wouldn't have any of this if I had the mentality of I want to be with those specific people. The reason I am who I am today is because I wanted to meet everybody. And if somebody wasn't cool, those are the people I don't want to be associated with. So the next time you ask yourselves, should I be associated with this person or that person? Realize you're doing multiple things. One, you're limiting yourself to growth because you're limiting yourself to living with one experience with one type of person, right? Think about it this way. When you go to university, why do you go to university? To get an education? Let's be honest. You could get an education probably superior to any university could give. I'm talking about the book material. If you were to isolate that and hear me out till the end, by going online and on YouTube and stuff. Like, honestly, you could take online courses. You don't have to go to a university. You don't have to pay the money to become knowledgeable. Do you think I learned any of this in any classroom? You don't. The reason we go to university is to grow as human beings, to get put in that environment and to expose ourselves to different types of people. in a concentrated environment? Why do people go to Harvard? Why do they go to the American University of Beirut? There is nothing you're going to learn in Harvard or the American University of Beirut that is a secret that you won't learn anywhere else. You're going there because you're going to be rubbing shoulders with the children of politicians and senators and the children of cleaners and people who can barely afford to get into university. You're going to rub shoulders with people from all over the world, different ethnicities, different cultures, and it's going to grow your network of people that you know. That's the benefit. You have that for free. Right now, if you pick up the phone and reach out to the people that weren't cool to you. Now, make sure you're not reaching out to people who are toxic. Toxicity, you don't want that in your life. But people who are cool to you, man, who are weird to you, are probably the coolest people you didn't know you had. So take this opportunity to develop a friendship with them, okay? And do it now, because you could do it without being in person. You could be there for them when they need you the most. And they need you. So I just wanted to focus on that aspect today of the coronavirus. The whole point of this science fiction narrative we are living today, which is no longer fiction, but it is fact, is that we have a virus that is being handled so poorly by so many people around the world that the only way to fight in this is to come together as a human race, as a species. And that doesn't start by countries ratifying bills. It starts by the people doing what they need to do. So you, the people today, need to encourage the ability of people to connect. We need to connect. We have this amazing tool. We have online, we have cameras, we have we need to use whatever we have at our disposal. You got a phone, man, that you can connect with anyone in the world. You can do video calls. Make them happy. I come from a beautiful country called Lebanon, and I like to call it the occupied Lebanon today, because we are under a dictatorship of not a dictatorship, it's a false democracy at the moment. We'll take care of it in the next election. But there was a revolution happening, and then the coronavirus hit, and the government is obviously using that to stave off the thing. What's important about that, as an example, is where the government failed, the Lebanese people stood in and did their part. They're self-isolating. They're taking care of one another. They're raising money and sending food and taking care of needy families. And the government is actually asking people for money, which is hysterical, and like doing donation drives. But all of these, the people are stepping up. And when are they stepping up? During the worst time for the people. These are people who are affected in so many different ways. And guess what? The Lebanese people are everybody. Everybody's affected by this. Everybody's losing jobs. Everybody's losing what they have, their way of life, their plans, from the mundane and stupid losses like my touring, my ability to do stand-up. My career is literally the antithesis of what you should do here, gathering large amounts of people in very small places. It's not a good idea. And that's whatever, right? But for other comedians, I happen to be a bit more established. Other comedians who aren't but are brilliant right now are hit so hard by this, they can't pay the bills. And it goes on from there. There are people with medical problems right now, people with depression, with anxiety. This could be a nightmare, and it could be a dream come true for people if you pick up the phone and you connect with them right now. So try to turn it into a dream come true if you can. And in the meantime, we do what we can to come together. This is a learning experience. When we grow older, this is what we're going to use to tell our kids, right? I can't wait. When they're nagging about something, I'll be like, when I was your age, we got the coronavirus. And then what I'm going to do with the coronavirus is I'm going to hype it up like my parents and our parents, all of our parents and their parents before them hyped up. I used to walk to school 600 miles in two directions just to find out it was closed, that kind of stuff. In the snow, during war. That's what I'm going to say about the coronavirus. As I'll be like, your mother, I will say your mother, she was in a different place, different country. I had to get a gun and murder people to get to your mom just so I could give her strawberries so she had no vitamin deficiency. And you complain about your flying car not working? That's because it's in the future. You see, there'll be flying cars. There should be. There really should be. But think of it that way. All right? Now, here's the importance about social distancing right now. I'm going to bring in a guest right now on my Skype before we start taking phone calls. And this is one of my best friends. He's a newlywed dude. His name's Michael Bea. his wife, who is one of my favorite human beings, is a girl called Sarah Bea. And I want to talk about another aspect with them about what happens when you social distance and when you isolate one another. And I'm going to bring them on the phone, and we're going to do that live right now. Let me give them a call right here. So this is going to be a Skype call, and we're gonna Michael, I think you're watching. I'm going to call you on Sarah's number because she is your better half. I'm pretty sure that's where I should call you. If not, just close the phone and we'll call you elsewhere. There they are. Let me bring them onto the stream for you guys. Boom. Michael, how's it going?
Hey, NEMR, what's going on?
Hold on, let me make my screen smaller so that we can see you two.
All right.
No, I made me what did I do? Wait, let me take me out of this. Wait, no, I took you out of it. So this is a work in progress, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to click here, click there. Nothing's okay. Do this. Hold on, I got it. We take that out. We add, am I doing it right? Okay, there we go. And then this. Yes, I did it. Okay. Woo! All right, Sarah, hold on. My ugly face is over your face, so let me move that. Sarah and Michael, say hello to the people. So
hi, everyone.
So Michael, you're Lebanese. Sarah, you're Lebanese. Extra information, they're both from the same village. And if you saw my last show, you know the jokes about that, but they're not related. So I just want to put that out. You guys are from you go ahead and tell the people where you're from.
نحن من صغارتي يا حبيبي.
يرحم موتك.
By the way, you were talking about your friend Eddie Dahdah.
Yeah.
Dahdah is a very typical last name in Zgharta. And I'm surprised that after you hit him, he didn't come down with the gun and like shot.
Bro, he couldn't. Do you know the size difference between me and Eddie Dahdah? Like, he was big, and then the tractor, came into the school. When I slapped this kid, like, he had for 3 days just like a hand imprint on his. I was ginormous, dude. I was Zgharta. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I was Zgharta. For everybody who's with us right now doesn't understand what Zgharta is like one of the most gangster villages in Lebanon. People from Zgharta are there's a joke where basically there's like a fight going on, and then the mother comes out on the balcony. I'm translating it to English, and she says, "Stop fighting, just get the gun, shoot him, and come up for dinner." Right? Isn't that the thing?
Also اطلع على البيت.
Hey, also اطلع على البيت. Exactly.
I actually read a comparison, and they said that Zgharta is basically the Lebanese Texas. It's gun-loving Christians who are so nice until you step on their toes.
Another thing that I should say about Texas is Lebanon is Texas in general. Right. I think everybody in Lebanon is a gun-loving person that if you step on their toes. The difference is that like Zgharta people will actually like shoot you, whereas other people will be like, "I'll shoot you with the gun," but they won't actually. Does that make sense? I think Zgharta people are the kind of people that say, "I don't see things when I get in a fight. I only see red." They have these sentences.
Right.
They're very entertaining. Psharri people as well. There's a lot of mountain people in Lebanon you should be worried about. The one people in Lebanon you should not be worried about are people from where I come from, Adma. Nothing to worry about. Nothing's going to happen. What Adma people will do is they'll drive away in an expensive car. Okay. So what we have today, we have with us, we got Michael and Sarah, and these are two of my best friends. How far apart do we live?
5 دقايق. انت بفينيس.
It depends who's driving. If you're driving, it's like 10 minutes. If I'm driving, it's probably like 6 minutes.
Okay, so the truth is the opposite of what Michael just said. Michael refuses to use Google Maps or anything because Michael knows, he goes, "I know everything." And which I have to give you credit.
He's smart, NEMR.
I want to give him credit. I've lived here now since 2015, the end of 2014. And I still use Google Maps to get to my house. Michael was here from Boston for like 3 days. And suddenly he's like, he sounded like a Californian, if you've ever seen the Saturday Night Live Club of Californians, where he's just like, "Take the I-45 West, you go down to you bring out the thing, take a lift on Yasenda, you come down from the Santa Monica." And I'm like, okay, I put it on Google Maps. So the thing about Michael is that we always get into this fight where I'm always faster because I use Google Maps. And he's like, no, I know the inroads. I'm like, the inroads are the opposite of... Anyways, this is a long debate, which we're going to have recurring here. Right. Michael is going to be a guest on the show because he's in the medical profession. And I'm going to have him update us about the coronavirus. But I want you guys to meet him and his wife today because we live 5 minutes apart, 10 minutes at most with traffic. We haven't seen each other in a month now, month and a half.
Oh, yeah, almost. It's going into 2 months, man.
2 months. And here's the thing, and we're doing it because you have to. You got to be socially responsible. And they just moved in Mabruk. They just moved into a new place. And I really wanted to help. I was like crying, because I wanted to be there, move their stuff, carry the heavy things, but I just couldn't. Due to the coronavirus, I was forced to not be by my friend's side. What a shame. I love the fact that I've been spending every day telling them how I would have helped.
Don't cry, Nemr. It's fine. It's okay.
But here's another aspect of the coronavirus and self-quarantining that I like. You guys have been married for how long now?
In July, it'll be 2 years.
2 years. But ever since you guys got married, before that, you were in a long-distance relationship, right? Because Michael, you lived in America and Sarah in Lebanon. How long was that for?
So...
شي 3 سنين يعني ضلينا long distance 3 سنين
3 years
بوسطن يعني تعرفنا على بعضنا ضلينا مع بعضنا 3 سنين رجع قرر يسافر على بوسطن ورجع على LA.
I like how she says you decided. So they basically they knew each other for 3 years. Then Michael goes to Boston, studies in Boston. How long were you, Michael? How long were you in Boston long distance with Sarah?
I think I stayed in Boston for a couple of years, long distance, and then around a year in Los Angeles, long distance. So basically, we were dating 6 years before we got married.
And half of it was literally long distance.
Oh, yeah.
And then you guys got married in the most beautiful wedding ever. And then you came and you live now in Los Angeles. The thing is, the last 3 years of your lives together, before you got married, you were apart. Then when you got married and you came to LA, Sarah, you were, Michael was at work, you were away, you guys weren't with each other 24 hours a day. How has it been? This is the other thing I wanted to talk about. I live alone. So I'm playing video games. I'm in my boxer shorts. I don't care. I'm walking around doing... Nobody is going to get annoyed by me. If I don't feel like cleaning something, I don't clean it. It's cool. How has it been two newlyweds together? And I want to ask Michael and I want to ask Sarah. And Sarah, I need you to say in English because I want people to understand, everybody who doesn't speak English. I want you to tell me, I'm going to start with Michael first because I want to give Sarah, who's definitely a much better person, the ability to defend herself should Michael foolishly throw any negativity her way. But Michael, let's start with you. How has it been being stuck in the same place for what's been like a month now together, 24 hours a day?
Yeah, so on Sunday we'll have been quarantining for around 4 weeks now, and it's been a very interesting experience, obviously, because in a regular work day, like during the week, I'm at work, around 8 to 10 hours, a little less, a little more. Sarah would be, sometimes out doing her thing. So now we're forced to not just be together the whole time. We're supposed to stay in the same apartment, like in this confined space.
Yeah, you can't even really go out.
Yeah, exactly. But it was pretty cool, like you get to learn a lot of new stuff about, habits that, Sarah does maybe during a regular day that you don't notice. You get to learn, some sides of Sarah, when she's maybe under stress, or maybe when she's, how cool she could be with the whole situation. It's a pretty interesting experience. However, the divorce rates have been going up, so this is kind of alarming, But in my case, I'm really very happy with Sarah. Like everything is fantastic, but a few more weeks of quarantine, we're gonna be okay.
I think you guys see why Michael's one of my best friends. Okay. All right, Sarah, the camera's on you. How would you describe this time with Michael? How has it been?
It was a really nice experience. I was actually busy with studying.
True.
Because, I was going to UCLA.
Yeah, you went back. You went back to do a higher a master's and stuff. So that's what you did.
So we transitioned into online classes. So I had to attend my classes. I had to do my assignments. I had to do my final exams. So I kept myself busy. And also, Mike was helping me a lot at home.
Aw.
So I discovered this new thing about him.
That he's not an asshole?
No. Yeah, so he helped me a lot when I was studying at home. And he's a very well organized person. So I'm glad that he is.
So what would you give as tips to people out there that are watching that are couples? What should a guy do, Sarah, to make sure that he doesn't annoy his significant other? What are some tips? Some top 5?
Yeah, like Mike was sometimes playing on his PlayStation. He was helping me at home. He was a little bit cooking for me. Yeah, he was busy.
So wait, did you say he was playing on his PlayStation as a positive thing?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, guys, get you a girl like Sarah. Second of all, play your video games is what the women is saying. I guess to give you some time alone, right? Like to
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. And, clean around the house. And that's easy. Everything you're saying is simple. So he didn't have to learn any specific skills like fighting with nunchucks or a bow staff or anything like that. Like there was no requirement on your end for him to learn the tactical advantages of the sai.
We shouldn't be learning that stuff, NEMR, because if anything happens and we know all these skills, it can be deadly.
I know, because you're from Zgharta. Okay, well, listen, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I hope we're going to see a lot more of you, and I wanted everybody to get to know you. Over the next streams, I'll be including, I have great friends, and I'm very lucky to have them, and I love you guys so much. And once again, I'm so sorry I couldn't help you move. From my heart, it was just, I didn't sleep last night, really, just thinking about all that dust and everything that you guys had to endure on your own. And I can assure you that the next time you move, there will be a virus. I mean, I will definitely help. I will definitely help. You guys have a great day. Thanks so much.
Talk to you soon, NEMR.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. All right, that was, oh man, I love that kid. Okay, guys, so it's time now. I think we've covered in this show, we've talked about the importance of connecting. Those were my best friends, Michael, his wife, Sarah, and just pick up the phone, connect with your friends. You got nothing going on. Spend an hour or two every day, for real. Just talking to everybody that you know. Make a list. Make sure you didn't forget anyone. And then call your friends, your group of friends, and be like, hey, who's the uncool person that maybe we've been neglecting? Let's check in on them. Okay, and when I say uncool, I don't mean the uncool person with a lot of uncool friends. They're fine. You're the problem if you think they're uncool with uncool friends. I'm talking about the people who you know are alone. Because I'll be on Reddit and I'll be reading these posts of people, and it's sad, man. This is the time for us to get over ourselves and start to open up to understand what makes other people who they are. And right now, I want to hear from you guys, okay? Let me put this into full screen here. So that I can see all the comments and reply to you guys on the comments. We're going to switch in a second to taking WhatsApp calls. And it's only WhatsApp calls, because if we open up WhatsApp and normal calls, they override each other, which I don't want to do. And what's this? Why is this screen still here? How do I turn this off? Did I do it? Do you guys see a small screen? I don't see it. That is weird. Anyways, okay. I have like 2 instances open of this software. There we go. Okay, sorry. That was a mistake on my part. So, I'm reading the comments right now. Can't hear. Did I mute something? Does everybody hear me? No? Yeah? No sound still? Fix your sound? The sound's coming through from my end. The sound is fine. Yeah. Twitch is not working well. It cuts in and out. Okay, let me restart Twitch really quick. I'll do that really quick right now. It happens, man. Twitch is kind of messed up with this service for some reason, so I'm just stopping it, and I'm going to restart it before we start taking phone calls. So, boom. Just restarted the Twitch stream. Hopefully that helps all of you out, and that takes care of that problem. And I'm going to take a look at the chat right now. We're about to open up the phone calls to everyone. First of all, thank you for everyone in the comment section. Amir Fakhri, thank you. Ali Shair, thank you. We have over 500 people watching us right now. This is so cool. And I think it's time we start opening up to callers. So what I'm going to do is where's the button here? There we go. So let's take this off. Taking WhatsApp calls live. Give me a call, man. Let's see how you guys are doing. We already got someone calling. Let's see who this is. This is somebody who I haven't had added on the contact list before. Hello?
Hey,
Who's this?
it's Mo.
Mo,
Mohammed.
Mo, where are you calling us from, man?
I'm calling from Ottawa, Canada.
From Ottawa, Canada. Dude, tell me, how's it going over there?
I've seen some places that are worse,
Okay.
but honestly, there's people running around the streets just for exercise. You see a couple of families, a few couples walking around, but in general, it's pretty much a lockdown, you know?
Okay. Let me put my phone on silent. I'm so sorry. So it is a lockdown. I have to figure out a way to turn off the beeping when other people are calling you. Can you guys hear that? I'm sure you can.
I don't hear it.
You don't hear it? Okay, that's dope. I think it's going through the stream. Sorry guys, this is the first time we take simultaneous callers. I wonder if there's a way in the settings. Just bear with me because I want to ask you a couple things. But notifications, there we go. Conversation tones, turned it off. Perfect. Okay. So that should take care of it. But it's not. It's still beeping. I'll figure it out. Anyways, so you're in Ottawa, and what are you doing to pass the time right now? Like when you're quarantined, I think is it snowing? Does it snow in Ottawa? I haven't been.
It does, yes, so much. It's disgusting. But right now we have some sun. The snow melted. This winter wasn't the worst one.
Okay.
So right now we're good. But
and what do you do to pass the time? Also, Crystal Hanna, hello to Australia for everybody who's up. I think it's like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something. But please go ahead and yeah. So what do you do to pass the time?
So right now I'm in university. I'm graduating. I have my last finals coming up, so I've been studying a lot.
Okay.
But other than that, I found that quarantine has been great for me to pursue things that I love. I study finance in school, but on the side I'm like studying psychology and philosophy just like on my own.
Okay.
I write a lot. I read. I've been working out. I made like a makeshift home gym. And cooking, eating healthy, just investing my time into
bettering yourself
that I love.
And do you live alone, or do you have any family or anything? By the way, I think could you put your phone on silent, because I don't think those are my notifications.
No, I don't have.
Oh, you don't have? Okay. So yeah. No. So tell me, what would you say has been the one thing that you would describe that you've benefited the most, if you had to choose one? And first of all, do you live alone, or do you have any family?
No, I just have a roommate. My family's back in Lebanon.
Okay.
And
your roommate is your roommate Lebanese?
He's Syrian.
He's Syrian. Oh, look at that! Yeah. Now we're bringing people together now in a big way. That is hilarious. Yeah. Okay, and how do you guys get along?
We get along great. He's a cool guy.
Okay.
He's fun. He's funny, just like you.
All right.
So yeah, we get along. It's been cool. You know, it's not too hard.
Okay.
But I guess honestly, the one thing I would say is being able to pretty much spend my time onto things that I love, and also finding out what it is that I love. Because when you're spending time with a lot of people, when you're socializing a lot, you kind of need to put on this persona that you need to follow what society tells you to some extent, even if you don't realize it too much.
True.
You start thinking just like everybody else. You start acting like everybody else. But when you're isolated,
you become more of yourself.
Absolutely. I actually wrote a piece about that, like from a psychological standpoint. I was able to get the time to do that because of the whole quarantine thing. So I guess that would be the biggest positive for sure.
Definitely. And it's interesting you say that. You become more of yourself once you're kind of stuck with yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
In psychology, that would be called like the individuation process. So becoming an individual, where you're not being influenced by other people's thoughts of you or their actions, or you don't want to conform to what everybody else is doing, and you just actually are true to yourself.
Yeah. And it's kind of what's interesting about that is that you can basically learn. Like, do you remember back in the day before we had our phones and whatever, when we go to the bathroom, I used to make all of my big decisions in the bathroom because I'd be like, either if I'm like sitting on the toilet or whatever. Like you're just there, and you know you'd either be reading the shampoo bottles or whatever for information, but you were kind of forced at the time to just make your own kind of like decisions and everything during that time. So I think right now, like you, I think we have so many available hours now that even though we have our phones with us, there's gonna inevitably be time where you kind of connect with yourself. I think that's interesting.
Absolutely.
As Reem Suede is saying in the comment sections, introverts master this process on a regular basis. I saw a funny meme where you had this dude who was like a metalhead and he had a video gaming system behind him and everything, and it said at the top, isolate and stay home. And then underneath it, he said, I've been preparing for this my entire life, because that's basically what we've been doing. Well, man, it was great talking to you, dude. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, you too. No problem. I'm a huge fan, man. I've seen you twice in Lebanon, and I'm super happy I got the chance to talk to you.
My man, I appreciate that, dude. Thanks so much.
No worries.
Have a great time, man. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Guys, I want to apologize to everybody for the sound effects that are coming through on the phone. I went into the settings. I turned everything off. I went into the phone settings, and I can't. Nothing's working. I have no idea why it still makes beeping noises. We got somebody calling in from Jordan right now. His name's Fadi Samir. Fadi, how's it going, man? Hello? Hello, Fadi. Can you hear me? Doesn't look like we got a good connection with Fadi. Look at that, man. The phone is just not stopping. Hello? Fadi, can you hear me? Okay, I'm good. Reconnecting. So we got, let's see this caller. Hello? These are Arab internet connections that are calling us. This guy's calling from Lebanon. Let's see if Lebanon can pull through with the internet. Hello? Yeah, no. None of this is coming through. Hello, Samir?
Hey, man.
How's it go? Okay, we got somebody coming through. How's it going, man? And that went as well. Look at that, man. Everything's going. I'm trying to take the callers. Let's see, this is plus 965. Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man, who's this?
This is Kareem.
Who is it?
Kareem.
Kareem, how's it going, man? Where are you calling us from?
Kuwait.
From Kuwait. This is so funny. I'm trying my best to like stop phone calls coming in, but I think you guys see how many people are watching this just from the amount of beep beep that's coming out. You're calling us.
It took me like 2 minutes just called in and it just beeped.
Dude, it's not stopping.
I actually went in.
The ringing is not stopping. I'm trying to get a second just to silence the notification button, the goddamn beeping. Oh my god. This is like, it's insane. Let me see how to stop beeping WhatsApp call waiting. Let's see if we have a setting to cancel call waiting. Oh no, that's before. How can I stop WhatsApp? Go to settings. So you can choose when you're already on another. You can now. Oh, okay. Wait. There's a way to do this. Hold on. Bear with me, man. I know this phone call is for free, so I don't feel bad keeping you on the line. So let's see here. We're gonna go into.
Take your time.
I gotta stop because people are gonna kill themselves if this beeping keeps going on. Let me take settings, account. Let's see, account. There we go. Privacy. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Groups to get started. Guys, everybody who's watching, stop calling for just a second so I can do the groups. Who can add me to groups? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Add call waiting support. Okay, I think that's
Can you disable call waiting?
I'm trying to do that because that would be the best way to do it if I can disable call waiting. Let me just do that. How to disable call waiting on WhatsApp. I'm not looking at the comments, and I have a feeling people are probably telling me how. Okay, there we go. Disable the call waiting. Yes, Ziad Hamsi, I'm with you. How to use call waiting? No. I don't want to use it. I want to disable it. Oh, shit. So I'm looking online, and they're like, let me do screen sharing with everybody here. Let's discover this together. This is so funny. Look, they have it here like this is the coolest feature that they've ever made. You see this? Feature out now. How do you do it? And the bastards did it in December of all time. So let me take a look here. Here's how to use it. WhatsApp call waiting. If someone calls on WhatsApp. I got Michael who's calling me. I think he might have the answer. Michael, do you have the answer? Yeah.
Yeah,
have to go into settings.
Okay, hold on. I'm with you. Hold on. I'm in settings. Now what?
Okay, go to the settings, notifications.
Yeah, I turned all of them off, man.
Okay, so you turned off the notifications?
Yeah, I turned off all of the notifications for everything.
Sound.
Yeah, all of it, man. Conversation tones, high priority notifications. It's just use high priority ringtone. It has like the default tone.
Yeah.
I love that when I'm trying to hear what the default tone is that's chosen, it says unable to play during call. Son of a bitch. You can do everything else. Let me see. Vibrate off, I guess. Light. The hell does that have to do with anything? Groups, notification tone. Man, there's got to be... I'm turning off vibrate if that bizarrely changes anything, although I know it won't. Okay, guys, let's do a quick test. Oh, wait, ringtone. I put silent as a ringtone. Oh, shit, there's a silent as a choice. I'm putting silent on all of them, even though I have them off.
Yeah.
Notification. Okay, somebody call in. Let's see if this works. And for everybody wondering, my whole phone is... Son of a bitch! It's still beeping. My whole phone is silent, too. This is the funniest thing in the whole podcast right now. My whole phone is 100% silent. And it just... Okay, stop calling, guys. Test failed. Okay. This is gonna... Oh, my goodness. This is not... Oh, shit. I think I closed the phone on our callers. Oh, man. I'm gonna call you back, dude. I closed the phone on your face trying to close everybody. Stop calling, guys. We got the test through. It failed. Trust me. We're gonna have to figure this out. This is crazy, man. What do you have to... Okay, so let me go back. I have screen sharing on. Let me go back here and see what we got. If someone attempts to call users through a landline, decline the incoming call. Depending on the carrier, users might receive charges, blah, blah, blah. Okay, how to turn off call waiting. There's a video. Let's watch.
Your business idea needs a website? So go to Wix.com.
Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, you can see my screen.
Another Wix ad. But before you skip, think about
Let me move my...
It's time to grow your business. So what are you waiting for? Today's the day. I'll show you how.
All right.
This is the site I created for my ad.
No, that's enough for me. Okay.
Okay, so here I'm going to show you how to turn off call waiting.
Okay, wait. Let me make my screen smaller so that you guys can see me reacting to whether or not this works. Okay.
So you go here into the settings.
You go into the settings.
And it will be different on each device.
Well, that doesn't help.
This one says call settings.
Okay.
I found it here or...
Okay, you know what? He's going into the... but I don't know if that affects WhatsApp. Let me go into my settings and just put search and put call waiting. See if it pops up. No results found, so that doesn't help. Call app? Calling app? Okay, let's keep watching this guy's video.
I'm going to go right over here, click the dialer, menu, call settings.
Oh, okay, all right. But I think I believe... Wait, it's not beeping. Somebody's calling me and it's not beeping. Hello?
Hey.
Okay, so you were calling and it was silent. This is an improvement.
Okay. I was calling to try to help, but I guess you figured
All
it
right,
out.
I don't know if I figured it out. Hold on. Let's run another test. Let me call this phone. So nobody call me yet. We're trying to figure this out. I'm going to WhatsApp call this phone from my other line. Let me do that. NEMR show. That's actually what I called my own line. Okay, I'm calling myself. Okay. Son of a bitch, it's still beeping. All right, so tell me, what is your solution?
I think if you go into the settings of the actual phone,
yeah,
and then you disable notifications through there, or like the video was saying, if you go through...
Yeah, I'm going to try. Let me try that right now, what he was saying from the keypad. Guys, you got to stop calling... Okay, wait, hold on. My girlfriend is calling me, which I know she's calling. She probably has a solution. Oh, no, she's not. She just stopped calling. Okay, let me take a look here at the settings. So I'm on the phone right now. I went into settings. So in call settings, I have my phone in airplane mode. So they're all off. The whole screen is grayed out. because I have the phone in airplane mode specifically to avoid having people call.
Okay.
Like that was the whole point.
An iPhone?
No, it's an Android. It's a Samsung.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So
it's a little different.
That's going to be
because the way WhatsApp works is it'll use like your phone the same way that normal calling would.
I would think so, right?
Settings in the actual app won't really affect anything. You have to do it from the actual phone settings.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in the phone settings now. I love that we're doing this on the live stream, but I mean, we might as well do it once and for all. And I got somebody else calling me on my regular line who's a bit tech savvy. Akram, do you have a solution?
Hey, Habib, listen, try do not disturb mode on your actual phone.
That's actually good. Oh, wait, I may have found something. Right now, as I was looking through the thing, notifications. Turn that off. Okay, so do not disturb, right? Is what I should put?
Put on do not disturb and ask somebody to give you a call.
Do not disturb. Hold on, let me do that now. Do not disturb. Oh my God. Okay, so see all app notifications. Do not disturb. Mute all calls and alerts except for your custom exceptions. So I don't know if this is a custom exception or the other one. Okay, wait. So I just turned on do not disturb and it's beeping as we speak. But I don't know if that's from somebody calling right now who's new. Okay, it now engaged do not disturb is on. Tap to check what's blocked. No sound from notifications is what's put on right now. So I put no visuals or sounds from notifications. Turn on now. I'm looking if there are exceptions. There are no exceptions. I'm turning off alarms and media. So there's literally none. Messages from none. I turned off everything. So no exceptions, nothing. There's nothing. Okay? Now let's take a look here. Akram, I'm going to close with you and call myself on WhatsApp. All right. Guys, are you ready? The ultimate test. Calling myself now. It's busy. It's busy. It's busy. It worked. It worked. Okay. We can only take a caller at a time. No, son of a bitch. It's beeping. Why is it beeping? Man, this is insane. This is insane. I mean, I don't know what I have to do to get rid of this sound. This is not something that I expected. Why is it beeping anyways? There's nobody calling me. Now it's just, people are like miscalling right now. Is what it is.
What if you just lower the actual audio settings in the live stream?
Well, then I lower your voice.
Oh, okay.
So this is all coming from the phone call right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that is unreal. How do you get rid of that thing? That's my in-call volume. Oh wait, maybe there's a volume toggle for this. Let me see here. So that's my last hope here. Is that we...
Yeah, like the ringer settings of the phone?
I guess. I'm trying to... So I just got the slider for the in-call volume, and now it doesn't show anymore. Hold on, let me take the headphone jack out and see if that makes a difference. No, it doesn't. So I'm amazed that it's still at over 400 people tuned in. So thank you very much for sticking with me. But I'm going to try to figure this out. If I don't figure it out now, we'll stop the calls for now, and I'll figure it off stream, and then tomorrow I'll have it solved. That's for sure. There, in-call volume, everything is... Use volume keys for media. So everything is muted. So it beeps, and now it says, muted this call. Oh, I wonder if I'm being able to mute because of the setting that I just put right now. So let me see. Oh, okay, he muted this call. I see what's going on here. All right. I may have fixed it now by doing this thing. I don't know. I'm going to do a test. If it doesn't work, guys, we're going to go back to the thing. So it says shows line is on another call, which is exactly what we want. And then it says shows line is on another call, but it's still beeping in my ear, which is so bizarre. And I really don't know what the fuck to do. There we go. I'm going to close the phone with you and restart. Maybe the changes will take place if I restart. So let me do that right now. It may have glitched out because so many people are calling. So let me force quit WhatsApp. That's our last attempt. Okay. Somebody call me. Hello? Yeah, it's still beeping. All right, guys. So I'll solve this afterwards. If anybody has the solution, please WhatsApp me. I don't want to keep doing this on the air because I think it's going to get very annoying very quickly. So I'm glad we got one phone call in. The killer aspect of what we're doing is getting these phone calls. I love especially how we were talking about like, socially coming together and all of that stuff. And then we ended up not being able to take phone calls, which shows you the importance of understanding the technology. What a bizarre thing to see. This guy's a tech savvy friend of mine calling. Let me just see if he has a solution because I know he uses Android. So we'll give this one last effort right here. Oh, I think he's calling me back. It says he's on another call. So I can't call him. It's on another call. But he can call. I got call waiting and all these super advanced features. That's how you're going to play me? WhatsApp? Okay. So, let me see here. Yeah. I'm trying to let you know on YouTube. Call settings, call alerts and ringtones, notify during calls off. I know. I put it. Yemen is coming in with a solution. Call settings, call alerts and ringtones. Let me just to make sure. Call settings. Let's go into that. Advanced features. Yeah, ringtones. Or notification sounds. Let's go into there. Notification sounds. There, you guys. I think I can show it to you on the camera. If it'll focus. Focus camera. Focus on there we go. Everything's off. Sound mode is mute. Ringtone, the whole thing. Use volume keys. It's all there. So use volume keys for media. Let's put that. System sounds and vibration. Screen lock sound. They're all off. Everything is off. Charging sound, dialing pad key tone. I don't know what else I could put. Try low data usage and data. Read the comment. Ziad. NEMR remove don't disturb mode. Oh. Why? Why should I remove do not disturb mode? Let me see here. Do not is turned on. So I turned it off. Okay. I don't know how that helps. Notification mean nothing if you have call waiting on. Yeah, I know that, but there's not much we can do since it keeps beeping through. Let me see here. So yeah, I basically, honestly, I don't have anything left in settings because it will block calls. Just restart your phone and it will work. Remove call waiting from the phone. I know you guys are all suggesting. This is Chris calling in. Chris, you got a solution? Yeah.
Just use the desktop version of WhatsApp.
Oh, no, that doesn't work. You can't take calls through the desktop version, brother.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
Business?
Yeah, you can't.
Okay, try something in-app notifications for WhatsApp.
Yeah, already did that. Turned it off. Yo, I'll talk to you later. Okay, so I've done everything that's possible to be done. Let me take a look here. I'm getting calls like crazy still on the phone. I'm not going to be taking calls right now because I'm trying to really turn off notifications. Okay, so there's a thing here that says notifications. I'm turning them all off, although I have notifications off. I don't know if that, but that's notifications in the up. I'm going to give it one last shot. Let's see here. I got somebody calling in, so let me do a test with them. Because I just literally, I don't think there's anything left that you could possibly turn off in the phone. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Okay, now everybody stops calling, which is great. Somebody call me on WhatsApp. We're going to do one last test and see if it works. I'm waiting to see anybody call. There we go. No, that's not a WhatsApp call. It's a normal phone call. Waiting. I don't even know how normal phone calls are coming through, and I don't even have I have it in airplane mode. Look at all those missed voice calls. Why am I getting missed voice calls instead of getting the actual call? That's so weird. Dude, call settings, call alerts, and ringtones. Notify during calls is off. I know. I have that. Tap to return to call. We got Nick Dandashi from Australia. Nick, how's it going?
Yeah, NEMR.
Kivak Habib. Yeah, the beeping is still coming through.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, that's it. So I'll fix this later. Don't worry. I don't want to trouble you guys with this. Honestly, add me on WhatsApp. We're gonna still do the call thing, but I'm gonna figure out how to do it so that we don't get that annoying beeping, which is ridiculous. You're getting missed calls because you blocked calls. I didn't block anything. I don't know. Maybe I did, but then we got a caller through. It's ridiculous. Anyways, check notifications. All right, guys, forget about it. I will fix it. Michael's calling me right now. I will fix it after the stream. I don't want to do this on the stream because it's kind of messed up. So let me remove this beautiful thing here and we'll put that back because we're not going to take live callers now. It's clearly not working the way it should. Let me be honest. I thought we were going to do this episode without any problems. This was the one thing I didn't even think to test was if I'm on the call and somebody else calls, what happens? But I will fix that. So for everybody who has ideas on how to help and all of that, add that WhatsApp number. How do I point to it? Hold on. Right there. And send me the solution. Try the Lebanese way. It always works. Slam the phone on the desk. Right? That would be so funny if we did that. You know what? If it was like a physical ringtone, like coming out of the volume of the thing, I would have just chucked it. But it's the digital thing. Lebanese way. Remove battery and reinstall it. During call, you can't. Yeah, it keeps beeping. We'll figure something out. I'm sure there is. There must be a way. I'm calling. I answered, Nick, but we're not taking calls anymore. Remove the battery. You guys, you're hilarious with the solutions. Okay, guys. Here's what we learned today in our podcast. The first thing we learned is that we can have a really good time here. The second thing we learned is that we need to fix the caller thing. Now, what I wanted a big part of this podcast to be was we take live callers, we talk to each other, and we kind of go through stuff. But since we can't do that today, and we're going to do that tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to be broadcasting at the same time with this fixed. Guys, hit me up with some questions in the comments, and we'll do it that way. I guess I'll answer some of your questions if you want. So go ahead and do that. Michael Hayek, I'll turn on low data usage and all of that later. And we'll try to figure it out after the stream. But if you guys have anything you'd want to ask me, now is the thing. You guys have. Some people are saying the feature isn't in WhatsApp, so we'll figure it out. Don't worry. Switch to an iPhone. It's simpler to fix. I'll do it. If the iPhone can do it, I will do it. Everybody's committed to solving this problem. Nobody's... Kratos versus Thor. Who wins? Kratos! In the new God of War, Keanu Reeves, we will know who wins because if you played the latest God of War game, at the very, very end, Thor arrives at his doorstep. So I'm pretty sure the next game is going to start with a battle between the two of them. Aisar Abbas asks, Lebanese revolution after the coronavirus. Yeah. Why not? The revolution didn't stop. We can't have a revolution if we're not healthy. So we gotta stay healthy. So as soon as the coronavirus thing is done, we do it the thing. When were you planning to come back before Corona, Tracy? I missed the window by just a few days when Lebanon closed its airport. So that's why I'm in LA right now. Let me call my mom. She'll know. Jawad, that's really funny. Would you do a Zoom meeting? Well, I'm doing this. I feel we can do Skype and bring people in. I haven't done. I mean, this is like the biggest meeting ever, right? This is like the podcast meeting. With everybody in, and using the phone would be a good way to bring everybody together. How long do you think this will last? Man, I am not qualified to answer that. But what I can tell you is from an entertainment perspective, like I talk to my agents and my managers and stuff, and we're talking about, like when do you think that we're going to be back to doing shows again? I don't know. I really don't know when we're going to be back. I can't tell you because I think once a cure is discovered, this is when you get the coronavirus, you take this pill or you do this thing and it's like 98% guaranteed that everything's going to be good. I think that what will end up happening is things will get back to normal. I don't think before then they will. I don't think so because I don't see this thing as just disappearing. That's not how it works. But I'm not a medical professional. That's why we're going to have Michael, who was on the show earlier. he's the one who has the knowledge for this. Like, he's actually knowledgeable medically, and he would be more qualified to do this. But that's my opinion. Which is your favorite Ninja Turtle? So everybody thinks I should like Michelangelo the most because he's the comic, but I like Raphael the most because he's funny, and he's also really aggressive, and he's hard to control. And I think that's really dope. A lot of people are saying, I don't think things will be normal until next year. The vaccine is still away. Yeah, once again, unless there's a cure, I don't think we can get back to normal. Once there's a vaccine, definitely, but it's going to take a year or so at least. So before then, I really think it's going to be until hopefully sooner rather than later, we find a bona fide cure. Because what's incredible about this, and yes, I'm going to be doing a show in Ottawa. We had one scheduled. We had to cancel right before I announced it, before all of this happened. But what I think is amazing about, or not amazing rather, but which is shocking about the coronavirus, is it affects so many different people so differently, right? Like there was on Joe Rogan's podcast, he was talking about how his friend Michael Yo, who's like the epiphany of fitness, healthy living, eats properly, came down with the coronavirus, got pneumonia, and was in the intensive care unit for a week and almost died. And Joe Rogan was saying this changes my perception of this entire virus entirely. And they believe that there might be some kind of genetic reason why it affects some people in one way and other people in another. We just don't know enough right now. And I think when you're dealing with the unknown, fear sets in, and I think it's better to be cautious. So I don't know when this will be over. I think we need to be careful. What's interesting is I think this taught us a lot of lessons about the fact that somebody tweeted out, now we're going to find out which meetings could have been emails all along. I think that's the best thing from this. For those people who are in those annoying meetings constantly, this will basically teach those companies that instead of calling for a meeting just to feel like you're working, maybe we should put people to work from home. You can cut costs like this. A lot of people would take a smaller salary by maybe 10% to work from home. Not every day even. Like if you told them you get to work from home 2 days out of the week, I think you could cut costs across the board by a massive amount. For some companies, that could really help out. And the bottom line is you are going to end up with more productive employees. So, Keanu Reeves asks, Bill Burr or Seinfeld? Bill Burr. Seinfeld is a really bad stand-up comic. I wouldn't say bad. He's just not that good. He's the greatest writer ever. The show Seinfeld is one of, if not, it's arguably the funniest show of all time. But as a stand-up comic, he's put out very little material. He's done one special called I'm Saying It for the Last Time, which is 45 minutes or something. And then after that, he did another special where he did the same material. So it wasn't really like him saying it for the last time. He hasn't really put out a body of work. Bill Burr is incredible on the other hand. My husband has the same t-shirt. Stay high, Iyad. Hi, Iyad. T-shirt brothers. Your favorite clip of Bill Burr. Any interview of him and Conan O'Brien. I missed out on your show in Jordan. How was it? It was the greatest show ever. It was. It was really awesome, man. You better not miss out on the next one. Let me take a look here. Larry David was the power. That is also a good point. Larry David and Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, it's incredible. Incredible. Working from home is definitely not more productive, says Christian Khalil Ziedi. I disagree, man. As a guy who's run a business, been an employee, and works a lot from home, you just have to get used to it. And if you put yourself in a discipline, you can. It's difficult, though, if you live in a small home and you have kids, you have a family, that becomes difficult. But if you have the luxury of having your own like office space, it's actually really good. I saw a cartoon drawing online where somebody was saying like working at the office and working from home. And they have the working from the office, the alarm rings, the guy gets up, he's exhausted at 6 a.m., he eats breakfast super quick, showers, gets stuck in traffic on the subway, blah, 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 goes to the thing, waits in the elevator, goes in, and then they show you like parallel the other guys. Like if he was working from home, he sleeps more, then he gets up, makes his coffee, showers, brushes his teeth, makes his coffee, has his breakfast, sits down at the same time on their desk with the other person. And that basically gives you a big head start. And it's been proven that when schools start later, students do better. So it's the same thing. Once we get time to ourselves in the morning, what I used to do to be able to have time to myself in the morning, I wake up at 4 in the morning. 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, go to sleep at like 9 p.m. But I can't do that when I have shows because my shows are late. But when I don't have shows, it was like an ambition of mine to go to sleep super early and wake up super late. So to go to sleep super early and wake up super early. So I could have like 3-4 hours in the morning just to focus on me. I'd go down to the gym. I'd come back. I'd do my work. I'd have my to-do list. I'd start drilling through it. I'd have breakfast. By the time it's like 9 a.m. and the rest of the world is awake, I got a huge head start. Usually by that point, you can take care of everybody else's issues in like an hour or two. And I ended up having so much more free time. I highly recommend it. Every day when I wake up, I go straight to the balcony and check if there are any zombies on the road. I think we're going there if it won't be fixed. Best video game antagonist. What a great question. Antagonist means villain. Best video game antagonist. Oof. That's a tough one, man. There's so many great ones. I'd say out of the recent, I think the most fitting video game antagonist right now would be Horizon Zero Dawn. An antagonist that kind of came from the past. I'm not talking about the guy you end up fighting. I'm talking more about you end up fighting something that was a virus that went out of control. So really, I think if I were to recommend a game to play right now, I think it would be Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a PlayStation exclusive, so I think you guys should definitely check it out. NEMR, use your instruments that have the effects. They sound amazing. You mean like this? Yeah, that's a. So I'm going to be doing a lot of streams where I compose music and stuff like that. That's a passion of mine and a hobby. I play guitar. This is an amplifier here, so we'll be doing that as well. Those will be unscheduled streams. This is a scheduled stream, which we're going to repeat again tomorrow. Would you, if you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? I think it would be pizza or lasagna. I think those are like the two foods. If you do pizza or hamburgers, I think those have enough, because the hamburgers, you got the vegetables, you got your lettuce, your tomato, you got your bread, so there are carbs there. And if you want to keep it keto, you can go completely keto without the bread. And you got your cheese. It's a balanced meal, your meat, your fats, it's all there. Pizza, same thing. If you're getting like pepperoni pizza, vegetarian, make sure you got your meats there, but there's protein in the cheese. There's good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So Jimmy Fallon versus David Letterman. Definitely David Letterman. I think if you ask Jimmy Fallon, he will tell you that it's David Letterman. I don't think he's going to say Jimmy Fallon. Mansaf is a good one. Yes, definitely. Hello from Italy. Suhail. Are you excited for The Last of Us Part 2? I'm excited for all great video games. So definitely. So guys, I think this is a good time to end the stream. I can assure you when this stream is over, today when the podcast, I am going to immediately get to work on fixing the WhatsApp beeping problem. The last time we did this, we had a beeping problem on the comment section right here that you're seeing right there. This is so weird. There we go. There we go. So this would go every time a comment would come in. So we fixed that. Now we just got to fix this. So I'm going to get to that as soon as I'm done. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in, man. Jesus, we're still over 400 viewers. This has been so much fun. I hope you guys had a good time today. Tomorrow it'll be a new subject. We'll have a new guest. And we're going to take some callers tomorrow. So it's going to be fun. Ali, the guy with the laugh who you feature in your videos, I know exactly who that is. Will you do a let's, and hello to you, Ali Al-Hassani from Jordan. Will you do a let's play with fans? Yes, of course I will. And I will be playing on Twitch exclusively soon. I just want to get this off the ground to make sure that I take care of the most people as possible to give you guys the most entertainment as possible. I want to remind you, please pick up the phone, find out who you need to call in your life, call them and make sure they're okay. And also make sure you're a good friend and talk to them and let them have a good time. Tracy, thank you so much. Same time as today. So we're going to be streaming. I think this time works for everybody. Before I go, everybody in the comments, does this time work for you? Are you happy with this time? 11 a.m. Los Angeles, which makes it 2 p.m. New York and Montreal and places like that. Nat, hello, Nat and Carl in Montreal. And I'm pretty sure that the only time it doesn't work is for Australia. Emma Khairallah is an old friend, by the way. I see her in the comment section. Hello. So yeah, everybody's saying it works for them. Yes, perfect from Lebanon. It's 6 p.m. GMT and it'll be 9 p.m. in Lebanon. I figured that way the news can pass as well. Goodbye from Australia to George. Everybody's happy with the time. Australia, good time to watch in Dallas. Great. Australia, I'm going to be doing an evening stream here in Los Angeles very soon, just for you. I'll try to do it as much as possible. And, for people in the evening here in America as well. Toronto is happy with it. Edmonton is happy with it. Everybody's happy with it. So for now, we're going to keep it going like this. I'm from Palestine. How's it going? Nasser al-Palestine. Great time and keep it this way. Good time in Sweden, too. I mean, this is the most international show I think that you can find in the world right now. We're talking people from all over the world. We got people today from Lagos, from Africa, Nigeria, from Europe, all over, from the Middle East, from America, Jordan. I love my Jordanian people. NEMR Miss Josephine joke, please. You got to see it online. I can't do it justice from here. Lagos timing is great. Goodbye from Southern U.S. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys so much. I am going to try. You know what? If you guys want it to be a daily thing, I will make it a daily thing. I had so much fun with you guys today. I really hope you guys did too. I'm going to fix the calling thing because we're going to have a lot more fun once we start taking phone calls. I assure you. I don't want this show to be just about me. So it's important we get these phone calls taken care of. So you guys take care. Always wear underwear. And stay safe in these times. Social distance. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? It's probably going to be a longer show tomorrow too because we're going to take callers. So it'll be a good time. Make it daily. Your wish, my command. Thank you to everybody who's following me on all my platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, that's the clock, that's the radio, YouTube, our subscribers, 770 on Twitch. I love that channel and it's growing. I'm so happy. Those of us that have been paid off would like a daily show. All right, I think you meant laid off. Take care, guys. I'm going to take care of you. I promise you, you've taken so much care of me. We got this. I love you guys. Bye-bye.